So, it's over 1,000! Thanks for the 1,000 subs, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video as well. I'd like to start off with a Pokemon that's obviously stronger now, with the new move that was released in Isle of Armor. This move always goes first on grassy terrain, and look at its attack power. It has an attack power of 70, and grassy terrain makes grass type moves 1.3 times stronger. So this Rillaboom is basically designed to counter their Cinderace, so I chose him first, along with Mimikyu and Excadrill, because they're pretty much good at anything. And choose our Pokemon, and off we go. Let the battle begin. So like, about getting 1,000 subs, I sometimes went to like the, when I go to like the computer shop and I get into a conversation, I go like, hey, by the way, I have a YouTube channel, can you subscribe? And stuff. I don't think YouTube considers that as cheating, but yeah. Anyways, they sent in Excadrill first, so this matchup is an advantage to me, because the grassy field makes all ground type moves only half the amount of the usual damage. So yeah, there's a high chance that they're gonna withdraw their Excadrill, and yeah, I could take out that Excadrill with 1 Grass Slide or 2 Grass Slide if they have Focus Sash, but I'm gonna go with Drum Beating. So whatever Pokemon they switch into, it's going to deal damage and bring down their speed. That's what's so strong about this move. It never misses and brings down their speed 100%. So now they've got a slow Cinderace. Yep. So, Cinderace is here. This was the reason that I was using Rillaboom here. So, you see that move Endeavor? I'm sure you know that move. It cuts their HP to the same HP you have. So, when you're at full HP, it's not going to do much good. But yeah, the move Endeavor, it does more damage when they have high HP, but their Cinderace is already damaged, so I thought it's a better idea to use Drum Beating and bring down their speed even more, just in case that they Dynamax and use Max Airstream. And so the grassy field is going to heal. By the way, it's not going to heal their Pokemon if they turn into a flying type. And here comes the new move, a Grassy Glide. It's basically a very powerful move, so even if it's not very effective, it's gonna take that Cinderace down. Yep, and there you go. Counter Cinderace with a Rillaboom. Okay, communicating. So they're gonna bring out their next Pokemon. Said they brought out their Togekiss, and makes me think for a little while, because normally you would go Grass Slide, but yeah, now I'm thinking of switching my Pokemon. But if they come with like a Fire Blast or Flamethrower, then it's not a good idea to switch into either of my Pokemon. Grassy Glide, it guarantees that you can attack them first, but they might use like Nasty Plot, and if they use Nasty Plot, it's quite nasty. So they have a Flamethrower, because they don't like the move Fire Blast, because it misses sometimes. Which also means, if that Togekiss Dynamaxes and uses the Fire type move, it's not going to be as strong as, say, Fire Blast. I'm going to go ahead and decide to take out that Togekiss with my Excadrill. At this point, I'm just hoping that that Togekiss does not have a weakness policy. Breaks the mode. So I have no choice but to Dynamax here, because I cannot take out that Togekiss if I don't Dynamax. So go ahead and Dynamax. And of course, they have no choice but to Dynamax Togekiss, or switch out their Pokemon to their third Pokemon, whatever it was. Yep, so it makes them think for a moment. The other trainers taking their time on this turn. Yep, no choice but to Dynamax Excadrill. Only way to go. I think Excadrill is very cute when he does his, washing his hands motion. Yep, so they Dynamax second, so we know at this point that Excadrill is definitely faster than Togekiss. I mean, I guess that's how it's supposed to be. I mean, Excadrill is going to be faster than Togekiss. Max Steel Fight. And I'm praying here that they don't have a weakness policy. And they don't. And here's the Max Flare. That's not as strong as it should be, because they chose Flamethrower instead of Fire Blast. And it's a critical hit, so that Togekiss probably has the hidden ability, Super Luck. And its held item is probably a, what was that called? Focus Lens? Yeah, Focus Lens. And I'm gonna finish Togekiss with a Max Rockfall instead of a Max Steel Pike, just in case they have one more Pokemon with that's holding a Focus Sash. But I should have remembered that it was an Excadrill, so Max Rockfall is not gonna work. It doesn't make any sense that I'm choosing Max Rockfall, but anyways, it's gonna finish their Togekiss either way. So they did that Max Guard to use up my Dynamax turn, but that was a huge mistake on their end. Okay, so the opponent is taking their time. And bye-bye Togekiss. Boom. Okay, Togekiss. It's a dangerous Togekiss. Yep, and now down to one more Pokemon. Send out an Excadrill. So when it becomes Excadrill versus Excadrill, this matchup happens a lot. Whoever has the Choice Scarf wins, because my Excadrill is basically set to the fastest settings plus the Choice Scarf, so it's either gonna be rock, paper, scissors, or my Excadrill goes first. It's one hit, and they have a Focus Sash on their Excadrill. So they're gonna take care of my Excadrill, my female Excadrill. It's super effective. Okay, and the battle's basically done with Mimikyu. That must be very humiliating for that Excadrill, because they probably put in an Excadrill in their party to counter Mimikyu, but not today. Shadow Sneak! Yep, good game. Okay, so for this battle they have several dangerous Pokemon, like Venusaur is very dangerous, but yeah, basically a lot of dangerous Pokemon, and I didn't know which one to send in first, so I went with the Pokemon that's holding a Focus Sash. Rillaboom in this case. I let it hold a Focus Sash so it can counter Cinderaces. So yeah, this is the battle where I'm gonna do like one of the most stupidest mistakes in a Pokemon battle that you can make. It's a really embarrassing mistake. So Grimmsnarl versus Rillaboom. I know this matchup is kind of uncomfortable, but you know, when they send out a Grimmsnarl, I'm gonna feel pretty much uncomfortable, no matter whichever Pokemon they send in. So that's the good thing about using a Grimmsnarl. You know, you can use Reflect and Light Screen and all that, but I guess the downside of using a Grimmsnarl in your party is that it takes up one Pokemon in, you know, takes up a slot of your Pokemon in your team, so you have one less attacker. Thinking of doing a knockoff, but you know, if they're gonna use Light Screen, they're gonna be able to do it before I move, so just gonna bring down its speed with Drum Attack anyways. So now my Rillaboom's paralyzed. It has a 25% chance of not being able to move. 25%. Grimmsnarl speed fell. You know, because of Grimmsnarl's ability, Prankster, it's gonna be able to move first every time it uses a priority move. And they withdrew Grimmsnarl, so they can, you know, maximize. Okay, so they got lucky. I would have been able to bring down their speed, but you know, because their HP is maximum, the move that I just chose, Endeavor, it's gonna have maximum effect on their Cinderace. Gonna bring my HP down to 1. And it's gonna bring down Cinderace's HP down to 1. And this is where the new move comes in handy. Grassy Slide. You can always move first, unless you get that 25% where you're paralyzed and you can't move. This was really a gamble on their end. They should know by now that Rillaboom has a priority move. They should have gone with a Sucker Punch or something. Yep, and Rillaboom can't move. I got that. No, bad 25% again. Rillaboom can't move, but it would have been able to finish that Cinderace off if it was able to move, but that's Pokemon. Sometimes you just can't move. Lost some of its HP. Wow. Yeah, I guess they didn't use Max Airstream because they wanted to heal from the grassy terrain, but that also means, you know, they're slower than my Dragapult. So I can either choose Dragapult or Mimikyu, but for some reason I went with Dragapult. Should have gone with Mimikyu, because I already know they have a Grimmsnarl behind them. And don't go with Draco Meteor. Go finish Cinderace with anything but Draco Meteor, because they have a Grimmsnarl. Yep. Stupidest mistake ever. The terrible mistake that almost cost me this match. Not sure how I even won this match. But yeah, here comes the Grimmsnarl. Uh-oh, bad news. Draco Meteor doesn't affect the opposing Grimmsnarl. This is a bad situation anyways, but yeah, I'm just gonna go with a Thunderbolt without Dynamaxing. Yeah, Thunder Wave. That's basically the reason why I didn't Dynamax my Dragapult. And that was lucky. I think there's only like a 10% chance of them getting paralyzed from a Thunderbolt. So that was really lucky. And now they can't move. Thunderbolt. They can't move again. Thunderbolts. So yeah, if they were able to move on this turn, I guess my mistake would have cost me this match. But there's still some chance to win. So I continue the match without resigning. And yeah, that Dracovish was basically the reason I, put Dragapult in my team. But it's not going to be able to do its job properly this time because it's paralyzed. Yeah, so I only have a Mimikyu in my team. Yeah, here I'm gonna Dynamax Dragapult as a last-ditch effort. Just to make sure that Dracovish cannot finish me in one shot. So, Dracovish is gonna come with a Dragon Rush. Dragapult cannot move. If it were able to move, it would have been able to finish that Dracovish in one shot, but, too bad. Sometimes that just happens. Okay, and Dragapult dies. Yeah, so I knew that they were gonna, they can only choose a Dragon-type move on this turn, because they probably have a Choice Scarf from that Dracovish. But, if they didn't have a Choice Scarf, my Mimikyu would be in trouble, so... Yeah, and Mimikyu's not gonna be able to do enough damage, because it's not holding the Life Orb this time. Its attack's gonna be a little bit weaker, so I'm almost gonna lose this one. But, okay. It's not done yet. I guess they were counting on Mimikyu missing the Play Rough, because sometimes it misses. There's a 10% chance of it missing. And yep, it's Dracovish versus Mimikyu again. Yeah, a lot of players know that a lot of Mimikyus are not holding Life Orb anymore. So that Fish's Rien. That move does double the damage if it goes first. So it's a very powerful attack. Play Rough. Luckily it doesn't miss, but it's still not quite enough damage. But I'm gonna go with Shadow Sneak, so they attack last. Shadow Sneak. And remember, their move, if they went first, it'll deal double damage, but since they moved second, after my Shadow Sneak, it's only gonna do half the damage it's supposed to do, and Mimikyu survives, luckily. Yeah, there was a lot of luck involved in this, after the, the dumb mistake that I made. Yeah, so, good game anyways. Alright, so if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video!